It's Friday. It is October 24th. You know what time it is. Bama football on YouTube. With Kyle Henderson of Bama football on YouTube. Could I get a roll tide up inside the comment box? What's good, fam? I appreciate y'all being here. Happy Friday. We are one day away from game day. Alabama taking on South Carolina in Columbia, South Carolina. Let me know how your week's going on a scale of 1 to 10. I appreciate you being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. Yo, this is that feel-good Friday, right? This is that Friday where you kind of drive around, put the seat back a little bit. Yo, Alabama's ranked 4, all right? It's a rat poison game, clearly, but I think the team has been dialed in. You can see it from the mentality, right? I think it exudes from the top, from the black hoodie, and Alabama rolling into Columbia. A lot on the line every single game. Every single time you step on the field from here on out, it's a one-game season. You're still in the stretch. Yeah, I know you got an open week next week, but, you know, you maintain that right mindset week by week, good things happen. I was having dinner last night, true story, here in Tuscaloosa. The entire football team, most of the seniors at the table right next to me. Todd Simpson was there, Parker Brailsford, Caden Proctor, Wilkin Formby, Josh Cuevas. I ain't bother anybody, right? Stayed in my lane. I ain't gonna bother people when they're out eating, right? Regardless of who it is. But what I took away from the guys sitting there is I took away fellowship. I took away camaraderie. It was a bunch of guys just being dialed in, enjoying themselves. And honestly, kind of like what I saw just from being right next to guys and kind of what I felt is togetherness. And I think this team really, really has bought into each other, right? Bought into what's at stake, having a good time, breaking bread. So I was at Chuck's last night, by the way. You guys been to Chuck's? If you can get into Chuck's, good luck. You can find me up there sometimes at the sushi bar. Sometimes. Not all the time. But yeah, I mean, I live in Tuscaloosa. You go around, you don't often see, you know, the players that much. But I mean, I've lived here, so, you know, you see things. But last night was kind of a unique experience, kind of sitting by the guys, just kicking it, just enjoying themselves. So today is a call-in show. All right, so let me kind of get through my opening. I'm going to give some shout-outs when you guys call in. Remember, there's probably somebody behind you that wants to call in. I want a heavy call volume today, always when we do the call-in show, right? So we do the call-in show. Hey, what's going on? You're on the line with Kyle Henderson, who I'm aligned with, blah, blah, blah. Make your score prediction, funny comment, whatever. You have a question for me, and then we'll continue to roll through it, all right? Let's do some AM shout-outs, see who's up inside the comment box today on this beautiful Wednesday, October 24th. We'll start all the way up at the top. Got a lot of people checked in. Daniel, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here. Bruce Williams, we got Mindy, Miss Careless, we got Max Tooney, we got Young C. What's going on? I appreciate you being here as well. We got Chris from New Jersey, of course. We got Miss Kimberly, we got Amanda Jane, we got Marcus St. Pete's, we got Shaq Adams, we got Jay Taylor, we got Crystal Jones, we got Nicole Covington, we got Reaver, we got Keflar, the Warrior. We got Anita, Miss Anita, what's up? We got Robert Bradley Jr. Yeah, good crew up in the house today. Appreciate y'all kicking it. We got Chance. Chance is saying what's up, right? All right, good to see all y'all fam kicking it right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Great crew, Army 3275. What's up, man? Jeff Roy, good to see you. Kind of cruise through and make sure I don't miss anybody. Anna, what's up? Anna's coming through from Atlanta. Up 16, what's up, man? Where you coming in from? Andy's coming to us from Colorado. No, you know I got that memory where you guys are checking in from. That's cool, man. I love it. Okay, we got Up 16's coming to us from St. Louis. All right, man. Man, love St. Louis. Stunt Channel, what's up, bro? It's Friday, man. Hell yeah. I love Fridays. All right. And you know what? All right, so we got Chris. What's up, bro? Good to see you, Chris. You know what type of dad I am? You know, dad life is the real life, right? I'm a dad first. And everything that I do, I'm a dad first. So I took Lacey to school this morning, dropped her off, and the lunchbox stayed in there. So before she put her phone away in the Yonder pouch, you guys familiar with the Yonder pouch? Because they can't have their phones here in school in Alabama. So before it goes in the Yonder pouch, she hit me up and she's like, yo, I forgot my lunch. So I'm going to go after she's taking math class. I'm just going to check her out. I'm going to take her to get a little lunch. That's the type of dad I am. I love my kids. Jackson, what's up, man? Thanks for kicking it from us from Fort Wayne. All right, North Alabama Storm Chase has it like this weekend. We got the tailgate temperature 66 degrees. You got the game time temperature of 70 degrees in the fourth quarter, 68 for Alabama taking on South Carolina. Man, what beautiful weather for that 2:30. You got some beautiful weather this weekend for football just across the country too. I can't wait to see some of these SEC games going down. You know, I look forward to that LSU versus Texas A&M game, that's taking place in the evening time, as well as Vanderbilt and Missouri. You know what? I am really confident that Vanderbilt beats Missouri, right? Am I the only one? I think a lot of people starting to feel like this. Hey, today's goal, fam. We got 10 super chats. Can we hit 10 super chats today? Let me know. 10 super chats is our goal today on the call-in show. All right. And if you want to just become a fan funder, another way to support the show, then hit that join button on your mobile phone. I see a lot of you all already in green. If you're in green and you can use the emojis, that means you're a fan funder. You can pay by the month. There's different options to become a fan funder to support the channel. Check it out. You can cancel anytime. There's different tiers, and I appreciate all you guys, your consideration, whether that's a super chat, whether that's joining the program, by being a fan funder, or just kicking it inside the comment box. All good. I love you all, and thank you so much. All right, so the biggest news right now, kind of floating around, and this came out last night, right, about 7:10, and this will be posted again tonight at 7:10, right, is, the news regarding Lozier Brooks. So it started last year in terms of the SEC providing an updated list starting Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday ahead of the game in terms of which players were questionable, doubtful, out for the next game. So last night we're kind of, sitting there. And what was interesting is I didn't anticipate much because Wednesday you didn't have any new names added to this list, right? And so 7-11 comes around and bam, there's some new names added. Danny Lewis, he's out. He's a tight end. He's kind of dealt with some injuries, so he's out. We don't know what's going on with him. Geno Vandermark, offensive lineman who's critical to Alabama, he's kind of questionable. And then you have Lozier Brooks, a clear fan favorite this year as a freshman wide receiver. He's listed as doubtful. So we don't know. Like, the truth is we have no idea why Lozier Brooks is out this weekend, or doubtful, right? Doubtful probably means he's not going to play. So the rumor is, and I'm sure you've all seen it. What's the rumor? I'm not even going to say it. You guys know what the rumor is. Just go, because look, the Alabama ecosystem is only so big. So I guarantee you somebody inside the comment box already has heard the rumor that's going around regarding Lozier Brooks. And it's not terrible. He's not in like any sort of trouble or anything like that. It's just a rumor. I guarantee you guys already saw it inside the comment box. And we flying in terms of what we got from the Patriot Life, dude. Come on now. Patriot Life in with the 20 spot. Thank you so much, bro. We love you, Patriot Life. And I know it's kind of funny. You live in Chattanooga, and this 20 spot comes in orange, right? And kind of another slow burn on Tennessee. Jermaine King, what's up, dog? I appreciate you as well, bro. Always being here. 199, man. That's what's up. Bruce became a level 1 fan funder. Thank you so much, Bruce. And then Patriot Life was like, look, I'm going to help more people become fan funders. That's what's up. Thank you so much, Patriot Life. Always kicking it with us and always supporting the channel. And Miss Aaron, always here. Appreciate you, Miss Aaron. Thank you so much. So the rumor, I haven't seen anybody posted on the rumor. The rumor is just that he's sick. Oh, there you go. Mindy got it. There you go. That he's sick. That's the rumor. I saw it too. You see it everywhere. There's a million different sites that cover Alabama football, and everyone's like, the rumor is that he's sick. I mean, people get sick during this time of year. I think Jalen Hell was sick last week, if I'm not mistaken, or the week before, somewhere around that. So who knows? But until anything comes from Coach Kalen DeBoer's mouth, I would just say it's a rumor. or there's no wheels to that. So it could be anything. But, Coach Kalen DeBoer, if he's, asked about it by like ESPN Today or, like a Pete Nakos or someone like that, he'll address it. But I don't think it's like anything that's, someone said it was the flu. Yeah, I saw he was sick. So that's the rumor. Doubtful, things can change. You get, some fluid in him. Now, the thing about Alabama, number one, we hope he gets back to 100%. You need him. He's been incredible. A 3-star, right? You're like, wow, 3-star, Alabama recruiting 3 stars. Yeah, this is how 3 stars roll over here. All right, 3 stars roll like this, like Lozier Brooks, right? And when you kind of look to, the production, I showed this yesterday. You look at Lozier Brooks, where he is on the chart. He's the 4th wide receiver on this team, right? He earned that based on his play style. As you could see right here, you got Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, Isaiah Horton, and then Lozier Brooks. Brooks on the season, 16 receptions, 255. And, a couple nights ago, I think it was on a nightcap. I was talking about like top plays for this season so far through 7 games. And I think one of the best plays that we've had this year is when Ty kind of looked downfield on 4th down against Missouri and hit Lozier Brooks to that 4th down conversion, right? Big-time players rise up in big-time games. So Lozier Brooks, doubtful, but he's been having a hell of a season. Can I just get a thumbs up inside the comment box for Lozier Brooks? You've been impressed with him, right? I think in terms of like top freshmen, it would be a battle. You know what? Let's see. And I know we're talking about Lozier Brooks, so he might have kind of the slight edge right now. But I'm gonna just, off the top of my head, I'm going to say top freshman so far this season. All right, I'm going to give you a couple options. I'm going to say Lozier. All right, I'm going to say Mustard, right? You know who Mustard is, right? I'm going to say, who else could we say? Could we say Carroll, I guess? Who's another freshman that we could add? Lozier, Mustard, Michael Carroll. And there's been, a few that have played. Let's just start with those 3 and see how we do. All right. So we will say Lozier, Brooks, and Mustard. Top freshmen so far this season. All these guys have gotten pretty good snaps. Let's see what the poll says. And it might be kind of weighted right now because we're discussing Lozier. But, it's been amazing to see kind of a 3-star come in here and ball out. And, the thing about Michael Carroll and Dejon Lee, these guys are 5 stars. They were supposed to be the guys. Oh, man, I should have added London Simmons. My bad, London. I love you, man. Craig Hines, what's up, man? Welcome to the Undefeated. I appreciate you being a level 1 fan funder. Thank you so much. Bruce Williams in with the 10th spot. We love you, bro. Thank you so much for supporting the show right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And then rumor from Ruben. Ruben, by the way, how's your rehab coming back, bro? I know you're in it. You told me, man. So I praying for you. Hope you're doing well. Rumor, I heard Lozier and Chris caught up. Oh, man, come on. That was crazy, though. NBA taken down by a storm. Ruben, I appreciate you, man. Paul Bryant, what's up, man? You had a good point the other day inside the comment box. He says, Brooks caught so many big catches. He went around campus catching. No. Andy G, what's up, man? Good to see you as well. All right. So who's going to step up, right? You got the big 3 right here. You got Ryan Williams. You got Isaiah Horton. You got Jeremy Bernard. These guys have been kind of the staple of Alabama's wide receiving unit. And then Lozier Brooks is number 4. But when you look to this group, and this is the thing that I continue to discuss about Alabama football, right, is the fact that they have so much depth, right? Like the depth is amazing at really all positions, but the wide receiver position is crazy. Pick one of these guys. Let's say Lozier Brooks can't play. Only at Alabama could you not have a player like Ryan Williams. He didn't even catch a pass against Missouri, and you're still able to win, right? He didn't even play in week 2. I get it was light work against Louisiana Monroe, but my point is the wide receivers are elite. So here's, Cole Adams, baller. Rico Scott, I would imagine Rico, right? You think Rico Scott, if Lottie can't go, you think Rico Scott is kind of plugged in? Jalen Hell, I don't know what's going on with him. I really don't. It might be, I don't know. I thought he'd play a little bit more, to be honest, this year. But I'm kind of thinking like Rico Scott, as I kind of zoom in and look at Rico Scott from a snapshot. I personally thought there would be more production this year for Rico. I mean, look at Rico the Diesel over here. These are 2 shots of him right here on the screen. He had 2 receptions in the opener with the touchdown. He had 3 against Louisiana Monroe for 34 yards. He had 2 for 11 against Vandy, and then a touchdown last week against Tennessee. But overall, pretty low production for Rico. I just thought it'd be higher. I think we all probably did. Those are probably some surprising numbers, but it doesn't take you long to kind of get, reps once you start balling out. So just be patient. His time will come. So maybe we see a little bit more Rico Scott kind of in the fold this weekend against South Carolina. With that said, it's like, I don't think that they're going to have to pass for 400 yards to beat South Carolina. I think it's going to be the same type of thing. Control the game, control the clock. Just my take. You probably see a big game from like Jam Miller, and then we're all back on Jam Miller again. Other wide receivers within the roster, you got Jalen Mbakwe, and I still list Bubba Hampton as like off the team because people are going to ask until the entire season. Like people don't always see the news, right? You have like casual fans jumping in, jumping out. So people are like, where's Bubba Hampton? So he's off the team. So real quick, he hasn't been with the team since like the fall. It kind of got reiterated that he hit the transfer portal, but he's not on the team anymore. And then Derek Meadows, he's back. He's healthy after a concussion against Missouri, right? So the depth is wild at wide receiver, and that's a good thing, right? All right. I was going to say this as well. I don't think I have a graphic of it on the screen, but did you see it's Coach Kalen DeBoer's birthday? I put it on Facebook. I thought I had it in my slides, but it's Coach Kalen DeBoer's birthday today, which is interesting because it's 7 days ahead of Coach Saban's birthday. So, the last 2 coaches here at Alabama have had birthdays in October. Bama in Georgia Outdoor says this. Why do you think Cole Adams doesn't get as much playing time on offense? Cole Adams is a wonderful player. By the way, hell of a super chat, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I think Cole Adams is a guy who is just kind of a team guy. And the way that they've been able to utilize him has been on punt, right? Or on special teams. I think he recovered an onside. Cole Adams, I could see Cole Adams like get into the NFL and make plays, right? I think he's dependable. He showed he was really tough last year. I think he had more opportunities last year. And I think it's kind of a depth thing. I think at the end of the day, Lozier Brooks provides a little bit more explosion, right, at that position. Now, Cole has some good shift to him. So does Lozier Brooks. I mean, I think you're just fighting kind of depth. Now, a player like Cole probably goes anywhere else and is maybe a number 3 wide receiver and catches, 60 passes or whatever. But here at Alabama, he's just going to, just kind of where he's at. But I do like the fact that they put him at punt return. Right? Like, I don't think any of us are nervous when we see 7 back there returning punts. You're like, all right, this is the guy. He's capable. He's dependable. And he can, he's made a couple people miss before. But it's a good question. I mean, Cole is dynamic. It's just the players here are that good. So anyways, yeah, Coach Kalen DeBoer's birthday. By the way, thanks again for the super chat. Someone says, Ethan says, Cole reminds you of Slade. Slade played a little bit more. That could be an interesting comparison. Slade was good. Slade was really good here. I think, some people, forget Slade because of how many wide receivers Alabama's been pumping out. But Slade, yeah, I love me some Slade. Remember when he came out in Wildcat? I guess I prefer more Caden Proctor at Wildcat, but still. So anyways, happy birthday, Coach Kalen DeBoer. Love to see it. I'm sure he wants for his birthday is a W against South Carolina. Okay, a little bit of rat poison on the left here. So you can start going to ESPN and hitting their all-state playoff predictor. Now you have Ohio State, Indiana, Alabama, Texas A&M, Georgia, Oregon up at that top level. I'm sure you could see it as well. BYU, Ole Miss, South Florida, Miami, Oklahoma, Texas Tech there at the bottom. Now, those are the teams right now. Now, anything is interchangeable at this point in time, right? I think what is interesting, and I'll continue to point this out until we go into the playoffs, is the fact that Indiana and Ohio State have beaten a combined 4 teams from the top 25, right? Ohio State beat Texas. Ohio State beat Illinois. Indiana beat Illinois. Indiana beat Oregon, right? Alabama has just beaten 4 consecutive ranked top 25 teams. And I think everybody's going to point to, well, you lost to Florida State. Well, Ohio State, you're pumping your chest by beating number 1 Texas. You know, nobody knows anything about the first week of college football, right? I mean, let me ask you this inside the comment box. Eyes up. Is beating Texas impressive to you right now on Ohio State's resume? And look, I'm not saying Ohio State isn't a good team because I think they are. But is that an impressive win, yes or no? By 7. It was 14-7 in Columbus. Kentucky just took Texas to overtime. I don't think that's that impressive of a win. Is that a resume builder? Honestly, I don't think it is. I'm like, okay, your best win is against Illinois. And I don't even think Illinois is good. So I think when we start to look at like resumes, those things will come into play. Indiana, you know, I still, you know, I think 2 teams that are certainly kind of the jury's still out for me is like Texas A&M and Oregon. Are those like elite teams? I don't know. You know, I was talking earlier in the show, like who will win, A&M or LSU. I know a lot of people heavy on A&M, but maybe they lose that game against LSU. LSU just, they don't show up though. I think they have good talent. They just don't show up, and I think it's kind of up top. It's like a Brian Kelly deal, right? Kind of similar to James Franklin. Similar to, I don't want this to make anybody mad, similar to Lane Kiffin. They don't win the big game. Now, you know what will keep Lane Kiffin kind of in the mix, and I have nothing against Lane. I love Lane. But Lane Kiffin will probably beat Oklahoma this weekend, and then they'll be like, look, that's him. Well, he's only 12-25 against top 25 teams. That's not that much better than James Franklin, right? But Brian Kelly, yeah, you know, Chance brings up something interesting. Is like a lot of people don't like Brian Kelly. Like everybody loves Lane. Nobody really likes Brian Kelly. It's a weird, I think you know what it is? He comes off arrogant, right? He comes off kind of arrogant. And I think the way that he talks to people sometimes, I think that puts him kind of in that arrogant category. It's weird. I think that might be the case. Do you guys feel that? Right? But we like Lane because of, you know, the fact he was here. He's like Saban, but his top 25 record is not impressive at all. Okay, over here on the right, you have Alabama as the top program. You know how I always say every single YouTube channel that exists, national, you know, the biggest YouTubers to the smallest, everybody talks about Alabama football because look, it has the most viewers. The most viewers, period, right? So those other channels, they have to kind of rotate in different topics about other teams. But honestly, they could just talk about Alabama football, period, and be fine. Alabama right now is averaging 8 million viewers. 8 million. Think about that. 8 million per game. And I'd probably say 20% of that are haters wanting to see Alabama fall. But Alabama's fan base, I mean, look, you just saw there's people across the Atlantic that are coming to watch Alabama football, right? It won't be long until Alabama plays in like Ireland or somewhere like that because the brand is global, right? At Georgia Tech or, you know, Florida State, them going across the pond to play. Yeah, I can see it. But Alabama could go play across, you know, wherever and they'd fill up a stadium. Alabama is a global brand, 100%. Tennessee, that's kind of surprising. I don't know why 7.8 million people are watching Tennessee football. Your guess is as good as mine. Georgia, 7.5. Texas, 6.8. That's a little bit low. Maybe people are a little bit disappointed with the play of Arch Manning. Oklahoma at 6.2, and I think lower at the list at like 8. Like number 8 on the list was like Ohio State, right? But overall, Alabama drives college football. It's ESPN's favorite brand. ESPN paid whatever it could to get Alabama on ABC, right? Alabama is the engine that drives college football and forever will be. That's it, period, right? Yeah, I know. Chances like God, I hope we don't play in Ireland, right? They probably will. I mean, who knows? The thing will be is they will probably pay Alabama probably $500 million in like NIL to go play somewhere else. So, right. All right. I'm going to take your calls here in just a minute. I'll put the call line on the screen, but South Carolina, as you know, huge rat poison game, 3-4 overall, 1-4 in SEC play. I think the graphic that stands out the most to me on this is the offense is 127 in total offense. That's just mind-blowing to me. Like an SEC team being ranked 127 in offense, this defense should be able to do whatever it wants this weekend. I get it. You have to be ready for Lenora Sellers, but man, you just faced 3 consecutive teams in the top 5 in offense. You better be able to shut down South Carolina or I'm going to be upset. Shelly in with the super chat. Appreciate it. Why they are comparing ACC resumes to SEC resumes. You fans are complaining about Bama being ahead of Miami. Happy birthday, Coach Kalen DeBoer. Roll Tide. I appreciate you. South Carolina going down 37-10. I love it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, I think if you look to some of the ACC resumes, there's not a lot that really stands out. I mean, Georgia Tech right now is unbeaten. Miami has a loss to unranked Louisville. I don't know. And I still don't know how many teams the ACC is going to get into the tournament. I have them at 2 right now. I have Georgia Tech if they're somehow able to win the ACC, and then Miami, maybe, right? I don't know. Good super chat, though. Thank you so much. We got Wade's World. Kyle, please get Bama Hater on the line. We got some questions. Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to kind of like hear his thoughts on, Miami kind of going forward, and thoughts really on Carson Beck. Man, Carson Beck, holy cow. Remember, do I have any Scooby-Doo fans on here? Remember Scooby-Doo? Anybody grow up on Scooby-Doo? I watched Scooby-Doo when I was growing up. Remember this cartoon? It was awesome. I loved it. Shaggy, Thelma, who else were there? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Carson Beck was like a fake person, right? Playing for Miami. And then at the end, they took off his mask, and it was the real Carson Beck that we always knew. It was the weirdest thing. 5 interceptions. Remember, every single time they would pull it was always under a mask. And they pull it off. Great show. Real scrappy dude. That dude was a menace. I think over here, Alabama ranked number 103 in rush offense. We're really fired up about that, right? So now we're just like, how's Alabama going to run the ball? Can they run the ball? Jam Miller's the problem. Daniel Hill's the answer. No. I think they're going to be fine. I think they've been able to run the football a little bit. It has been disappointing, and this stat probably makes you mad. It makes me mad too. But I think that they'll still be able to control the clock. I would imagine that Jam runs for, 80 yards or something like that, and you probably get like a touchdown from Daniel Hill. And a little bit of Kevin Riley sprinkled in. It's a 3. Now you have 3 running backs. Row. Oh, yeah, I forgot that he said that. I love that. Hey, fam, as you know, this video is sponsored by our good friends at Sleeper, right? When you get a $100 deposit and you download the app, first of all, you just get $20, okay? And if you make a $100 deposit, you get $100 back when you use the promo code TAILGATE, okay? You got to use that promo code TAILGATE. Sleeper's fun, fantasy football, make your more or less picks, and I'll show you how to do it right now, okay? You got Ty Simpson, and I'd like to ask you guys this. I'm going to take your calls in just a minute. Ty Simpson, one more time before Saturday. More or less for Ty Simpson, 263. You better say, are you going to say more? I think we've all decided on more. I asked on the running backs yesterday. You guys, are we saying more? Type N for more for Ty. I'll take more. Let's go more, Ty, okay? That'll be part of our little parlay. And then Lenora Sellers, this is like they're giving you this. There is zero way he throws for 171. Zero. They're like, no, he will not. Let's see what Ballistic Boomer has to say. What a name. This is amazing. Hey, Kyle, global brand. We talked about Alabama football at Army headquarters in Okinawa in 1973. Jeez, that is crazy. Yeah, right? So, yeah, I'm not the first one to, like, say global brand. I mean, clearly, you guys are talking about it in Okinawa, right? Back in the 70s. Yeah, it's That's killer post. Thank you so much for adding that. All right, so we're saying more, and I don't think that Lenore Sellers throws for 171. All right, so that's just that's the easy one for me. King Riz, what's up, man? I see you inside the com box. Good to see you, bro. Hope you're doing well. KTK has it 38-10. What's up, KTK? How you doing, bro? The lag guy, what's up, man? Ooh, do we see Proctor? I know what you're saying, like the crispy formation. Does this feel like a crispy game? Yeah, I'll say yeah. I'll say crispy. You know, he's averaging 5 yards per rush, which is more than Jam Miller and more than Daniel Hill and more than Kevin Riley. That's your stat of the day. Okay. Now, look, this is my final score prediction, okay? I have it Alabama 31, South Carolina 7. Somehow South Carolina will slide in a touchdown. I don't know when this will be. I could even see it 31-10 or something like that, right? But I think that don't let this score be like a disappointment. I think this is kind of part of the game plan. Control the clock, get ahead, 21-0, something like that. You get some guys kind of rotating. Not to say that you take anyone out. I think it's a 4-quarter game, but I think in the end it's kind of like 31-7, maybe even 35-10, something like that. That's kind of my pick for this weekend. I just don't see a lot of offense coming from South Carolina. I think this is probably another opportunity for the defense to gain some momentum. The thing is, I will say this. This guy, this quarterback right here, I really like him. I'm not going to lie. I have a lot of respect for his play. He throws very well on the run. He does have a couple good wide receivers. Their running back can be a challenge. I think they're kind of, right now their offensive coordinator probably isn't doing them a lot of justice, and I think teams are taking advantage of that. I guess if you do add kind of the homecoming element and the fact that Alabama's everybody's Super Bowl, maybe you give them a few more points, but I wouldn't be surprised if, Alabama comes out on top and really controls this game for 4 quarters. Now, as you know, any given Saturday, I felt really good about my past couple of scores. I feel good about this score, but I know that South Carolina has the weapons and, can play a little bit better, just considering it is Alabama and all cards are stacked against them. So that's kind of my score prediction. Before I take your call, I want to play. I have a sponsor coming on board, all right? So I need you guys to take care of them as well. They're TickPick. So if you haven't used TickPick before, any type of tickets that you want, you can go to TickPick, concert, festival, whatever. Go to TickPick and use the promo code, which is HMA. All right, you got to download the app and use the promo code HMA and support TickPick. This would be great if you guys could show them some love. If there's anybody inside the comment box that uses TickPick, please let me know. Here's a quick message from TickPick, and then I'll take your calls. Coming back in 1 minute. Family, what's going on? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I don't know about you guys, but one of my biggest pet peeves is hidden fees when buying sports tickets. Why can't there just be one particular price that is set, and that's the price that I actually pay? If there was only an app where hidden fees didn't exist, well, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor of today's video, TickPick. All right, huge shout out. With over 20 million downloads, TickPick has you covered. NBA, NFL, concerts, festivals, you name it. TickPick gives you the lowest price guaranteed. No fees. What you see is what you actually pay, okay? And, of course, I have a promo code for you. You can use the promo code, which is HMA, for $20 off your first set of tickets at TickPick with the purchase of more than $100. That's $20 off any tickets with the promo code HMA. Make sure you click the link in the description box and you download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, TickPick. All right, Fred, I'm back, and I saw that Dan Caraway says that TickPick is the only app that I use, and Kyler is asking for the TickPick code, which is HMA. That's the promo code that they want us to push. So, Dan, if you could tell people inside the comment box, your experience with TickPick, I'd appreciate that. And I guess on the beginning of the show, did I say it was Thursday? Yeah, I have a million things going on in my mind. So, obviously, today is Friday, October 24th. All right, so I'm here with you. So my bad. I'm running on some coffee and got the workout in. I'm feeling good overall. I guess maybe I'm a day behind, but I'm present. I promise you. All right, I love you guys. Okay, let's go to the phone lines and let's take some calls. Okay, so as you know how the call-in show works. Call in, tell me where you're calling from. I ask you a question, get your score prediction in, and away we go. We got our first caller. It is from Chris from New Jersey. Chris, what's up, man? I appreciate you being patient, waiting on the line, leading off the call-in show out of Montclair, New Jersey. Checking in today on October 24th, Chris from New Jersey. Chris, what's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Kyle, happy Thursday. I'm just kidding. Happy Friday.
I love it.
All right. Well, listen. First of all, I want to address the elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room is I was not involved in the NBA mob scandal. And Kyle, my friend, and undefeated, especially Max, Dan. Even if I was, you think I'd be dumb enough to get caught?
No, that was crazy. So I'm sure y'all have seen it, but there's the scandal with the NBA and kind of the betting is they had. Did you read this? They had these glasses, these specialized glasses that could read the cards, and they also had tables that were see-through, and they would invite kind of guests who are high-level players known as fish. Did you see this? To come in and play poker and then just take all their money. It was crazy. So, man.
Yeah, they had scanners on the table, which is, oh, my God. Don't play poker, kids. Don't play poker.
Holy cow.
I told you how to become a millionaire being a gambler. Start with $2 million. Then you get that. You stay with the $1 million after you lose. All right. Real quick. I'm going 34-10. And I think Hill gets a breakout. I hope we don't have to play Jam too much. It'd be great to get him some rest and then have a bye. So, and you know what I want to mention, and I don't think we say this enough is has anybody seen, like, there was a picture of before the game last week? Ty was warming up, and he's burly. He's a big dude.
Yeah,
See, we're used to, like, Milrow, who would look like Superman. By the way, I bet you if Ty was standing next to Bryce, he would look giant. He would look. I mean, he's a big dude. It's just we're just so used to Milrow, who looked like the Hulk. So anyway, all right. Listen, I'm Kyle. The real reason, again, I'm calling, other than to spell my mafia myths out there, Max. Is don't forget about the black hoodie. You better be wearing that tomorrow, Kyle. So get your hoodie. I hope you got a nice press. Maybe hit it with a little iron. And so we're all pumped. So I will see you on the watch along. Thank you, TGIF, my friend. My best to you. My best to the undefeated. Roll Tide.
All right, Roll Tide. Thanks for the call, Chris. All right, 417. Let's do it. Hey, thanks for calling in. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
What's up, Kyle? It's Timmy. I'm calling in from Texas.
Timmy, what's up, man? Timmy on the road this time in Texas, the Lone Star State. Appreciate you calling in, Timmy. What's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Okay, so before I called in, I started looking up some stats. South Carolina, Lenore Sellers against a good front seven. He is averaging 40 carries for negative yards. Against Vanderbilt, LSU, Oklahoma, he is doing 40 total is 40 carries for not even break even, like negative 20 yards, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I have with that is if we can contain Lenore Sellers, I don't think they'll even score a touchdown because Lenore Sellers is their offense. Their running backs are kind of iffy. They have good games, bad games. I don't think they'll have 50 yards. But if we can contain the Lenore Sellers on third and longs and we can keep the wide receivers in front of us and make sure that Lenore Sellers doesn't get the first down, I believe we can win. Another thing that I have is my final score prediction would be 31-13. The only touchdown that I believe South Carolina will have is Lenore Sellers. And if we can, like I said, if we can contain him, it'll be an easy dub. Because against Kentucky, he had 16 carries for 90 yards without a touchdown, and he averaged 6 yards a carry. And their defense is really pretty freaking bad.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, if we can contain Lenore Sellers, I believe it'll be a blowout. But if we can't contain him like we did with Tommy Castellanos, it'll be a long game, which I still believe we'll win it, but it'll just be a little bit closer. That's all I have.
All right, good stuff, Timmy. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling. Be safe on the road, bro. All right, Timmy calling in from Texas on the road, talks a lot about, Lenore Sellers and brings some stats to the table. The thing about it is this particular offense, like Tommy Castellanos, that guy, it was a menace for a lot of different reasons. And to kind of go back to even what Coach Saban said after that loss that Alabama suffered, he's like, look, when Gus Malzahn has a quarterback that can run, he's a problem. Coach Saban knows. I mean, he beat Coach Saban as well. With Lenore Sellers, he's a bigger style quarterback that can run, but he can also throw. I guess it's kind of perplexing. And I get why the students were trying to revolt or whatever against, Shula. He has 5 touchdown passes this year and 2 interceptions, 5 and 2, which is just crazy. We got another super chat in from Anna. What's up, Anna? I appreciate you. Armed and dangerous. Ain't too much to bang with us. What's up? I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Anna, for kicking it with us, as always, right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Great supporter to the show. We go back to the 614. Hey, welcome to the show. You're online with Kyle Henderson. Who am I online with and where are you calling in from?
Hey, what's up, Cal? How you doing, man? It's Derek Baker from Columbus, Ohio.
Derek, what's up, man? I appreciate you calling in from, man, you're in Columbus, Ohio? Holy cow.
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. Are we talking to a Buckeye fan here? Are you an Alabama fan behind enemy line? We got you like behind the gates trying to, look at some signs, or what's going on?
No, Cal. Hey, man, I'm a big Bama fan, brother. Roll Tide. I'm actually from Alabama, man. I just moved up here in 06. I've been up here ever since. There's been an Alabama fan since then. I ain't going nowhere.
Okay, all right. So you're in Columbus. You're in a safe spot. The connection's good, man. So welcome on in, Derek calling to us from Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, bro. Hey, man, listen. So the game tomorrow, I believe it's going to be 35-17. I say that because, we hype up, Alabama so much. And I know our defense ain't really been consistent enough. But I think, by the game comes being at home, it's going to be hostile environment, homecoming. I do believe they're going to probably, score a couple points, get hyped up. But at the end of the day, I think Alabama going to roll 35-17, man.
35-17, all right, from Columbus. Now, I have to ask you, since you're there, what's kind of the water cooler talk about comparing maybe Ohio State to Bama or Indiana to Bama or Big Ten to SEC? What are people saying?
Man, so it's funny because they keep saying Ohio State has the best defense ever. Nobody's compared to it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, listen, Alabama always been dominant since 2014. Since 2014, bro. And so I tell them, Alabama has the most championships in playoff fair. Y'all just won another one, and it's been 10 years. Mm-hmm. So they hate when I come, bro. Like, they hate when I come. So, and I spit knowledge all the time for them, man, all the time.
Yeah, I guess Ohio State's defense, they have allowed just 41 points this season, which is certainly impressive, but the schedule doesn't align to what's been going on over here. I mean, it's easy to stay fresh when you're playing, Michigan State or Illinois, kind of the powder puff schedule that they've played. Even the Texas game doesn't really stand out. Let me ask you before you go, Derek, Indiana, pretender or a contender?
I say a pretender.
Yeah.
They haven't really played nobody, man, like the SEC does, man.
Yeah.
So I'll say pretender for now, and it could surprise us.
Yeah.
Going down the stretch.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, either way, Kirk Cignetti is absolutely rolling. 11.6 a year, man, to beat one ranked team a year. That's a nice job. All right, Derek. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in, bro. See you, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, bro. Have a good day, man.
All
Roll
right.
Tide.
You too, man. Derek calling to us from Columbus, Ohio. I remember I went to Columbus one time. I was looking at it was my mom and I went to Ohio, and we were looking at some schools to go to. Anybody familiar with Mount Union? Do you guys know this school, Mount Union? They were like a Division III powerhouse. They still have a really good program. I thought about going there, and there was another school that I think we looked at Whittier, which is around there. That was kind of, I was kind of doing like the D3 kind of some schools up in that region. We did look at Ohio State just briefly. There was so many people. I remember in Columbus, a beautiful campus. I've never seen a game at the Horseshoe. 757. Let's do it. Hey, welcome to the program. You're on line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on line with and where are you calling in from? All right, we lost that call. 478. Looks like we have Alyssa calling in from Georgia. Hey, Alyssa, welcome on in. Give us your intro and welcome to the show.
Hey, Kyle. Hey, you guys. It's Alyssa Mitchell from Macon, Georgia.
Welcome on in. We always look forward to your 5-star chef call. So with that said, take it away.
Okay, so all right. So listen, I am going to give our team a little rat poison, and I know that's dangerous, but I do think they deserve it. Right now, in my opinion, Alabama is doing something that no other team in the country has done this season or is doing. And Kyle, I want to get your opinion on this bold statement. The statement is, when Alabama plays their game, especially when it's controlled and clean, I don't see anybody being able to stop us. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, look, what Alabama and how they have transformed week by week, you're only getting better or worse. I don't think you're even staying the same in life and on the football field. And I think we can all collectively say that Alabama is taking steps forward. And when they do play their game, they are ultra challenging to beat. And I think the couple areas that I bring up as weak spots is like special teams. Can you hold the rope, right? Defense, as you and I talk about weekly, is like, can they stop these chunk yardage plays? I think a team that can maybe challenge Alabama down the stretch is going to have to be a team that has a high potent offense that maybe takes Alabama into a shootout, or a team that can really run the ball again and win that time of possession. You know, since Alabama has controlled time of possession since week 2, they have won 6 consecutive games, right? So I think that time of possession is always going to be a factor, and that's kind of could be the kryptonite. The last team that won it was Florida State, plus all the 5 teams that beat Alabama last year, they won time possession. So Alabama knows that, but at their highest level, this team is red hot. And again, look, Ty Simpson, the way that he's playing is elite. 18 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah. Let's not lose sight of that in all of this. I mean, the guy is performing at the highest level.
Yeah. Okay, so for the game against South Carolina, you know, this team does need to realize, you know, we just put the rat poison out there, but now, you know, is the time to lock in. It's definitely not the time to sleepwalk or overlook this game, because in my opinion, you know, Sellers is a fantastic athlete, and as we've been saying all week, he is super hard to bring to the ground. So I think our defense is really going to have to focus on wrapping him up, you know, on the tackle. Not only that, but as we've all been saying, it is South Carolina's homecoming, so their stadium's going to be rocking. But I've got news for the Gamecocks. Alabama will be crowned king this weekend, and the tide keeps on rolling, because I've got Bama at 34 and South Carolina at 17.
Love it. Good call, as always, Lisa. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much.
All right, roll tide.
All right. Great call from now our weekly, like, 5-star chef. That's like the 5-star, like, you know, is moved from an appetizer to like a meal that we are served every Friday from Alyssa. So thank you so much for the call. We go to, I think it's Javion out there, 601, calling in from Pensacola. Javion, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the program.
Hey, Cal, how you doing? How you doing?
You doing all right?
I'm doing good. I didn't want to go after Alyssa. Okay. I mean, you did me dirty. So now I guess I gotta give you dessert.
Oh, that's funny.
Unpopular opinion. Lenore Sellers is I would say his second year. He's, in my opinion, like Jalen Miro, his second year. He's aggressive. A little less better than Jalen Miro. I mean, a little less than Jalen Miro, but in my opinion, he's a Jalen Miro. And Jalen Miro first year, he was succeeding. He was doing great. Mm-hmm. And Lenore Sellers first year, he was succeeding. He was doing great. And this year, he's just regressed. We don't know why. We don't know what's going on. I know he know why. He don't have an O-line or he don't have any weapons. But I want to see our defense show up. I want to see. Well, I want to see the fans leave the stadium. I want to have that type of effect on this game. I want to see them towards the third and fourth quarter. I want to see them start exiting the stadium. I would say our defense. I don't know if you know. I didn't go on defense. I want our running backs. If we can somehow improve in our running game towards the end of the season, like continue to try to run the ball, continue to get better. I don't know what we gotta do. I know we talked about it multiple times. I know you said multiple times this week. Do more jet sweeps with screens with running backs, but get our running back hot and get them active. Get the hot hand, and I feel like can't nobody stop us. I got into a debate on Twitter with because Josh Pate had us number 2. Josh Pate had number 2 in his commissioner poll, and I had people bringing up the fucking I'm sorry, excuse my language. The FSU loss. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm like, you keep bringing up, and Josh Pate said. He said to Corey, his name Corey. Whoever you are, Corey. He said, Josh Pate said, and then what, Corey? Question mark. And I said, answer the question, Corey. Answer the question. Then what? We were on the fucking tear. We were on the fucking rain. And I made another post. I'm gonna say this gonna be it, Kyle. I said, how many of y'all teams have beaten 4 ranked people back to back? How many? I said, no, I'll wait. And nobody responded.
Well, nobody else can. I mean, Alabama's the only team in college football to be able to beat 4 consecutive ranked teams or 4 ranked teams regardless of where they are on the schedule. Yeah, so I think that has to come into weight, whether that's Pate's commissioner poll or, the actual college football rankings. I think when you sit down and you start to look at resumes, it's going to really make people mad if we set down resumes, right? Every single team has a resume. A little PDF is put on your desk and you're going through every team and you're like, this team is better than Alabama because why? Because Alabama has a loss or because Alabama has 4 quality wins against ranked teams? Everybody else hasn't played the same type of schedule. Javion, I appreciate you calling in as always, though, bro. Thanks for calling in, man. Be safe, and we'll see if that running game could step up this weekend against South Carolina, man.
Appreciate you, Kyle. Love you, Kyle.
All right, love you too, dog. All right, man. Take it easy. All right, we go back to, I think we got Marcus in St. Pete's. Let's see if we can get him in. Marcus, what's up, dog?
Hey, what's good, Kyle? What's going on,
dude?
Man?
Sorry I missed you last week, man. I thought about that the whole week, and you know what? When you're live on the internet, it's nothing but constant curveballs. So I choose to live in the curveball lane, I guess. I could probably, do something that was a little bit less curveball style, but this is the lane that I choose to walk in. So I apologize last week for not being able to field your call. So anyways, Marcus calling in from beautiful St. Pete's, and come with it, man.
Hey, man, you don't have to apologize for nothing. Life happens, brother. That just is what it is.
Yeah, life's, right?
It is what it is, man.
Yep.
I'm just appreciative that you take the calls, man. So first things first, happy Friday for everybody and roll tide to everyone. So there's 2 things I want to say real quick, man. First, I'm going to give you my score prediction. I think it's going to be 31-17.
Okay.
As much as South Carolina is struggling, they still can put up points. The other team is allowed to score points too. We just don't want them to score as many. I was beat. My heart was beating out of my chest for a second, man, because you took Alyssa's call, and I was like, "Dang, man, I don't want to follow Alyssa. She's a top tier talent, but I'll follow after the next time." But for real, man, Alyssa, you get me hype. I wish she could know this. I'd be walking around my house like hype. First things first, man. The last caller makes a solid point because I was listening to Josh Pate as well, and he said something that kind of irked my nerves a little bit. He said that he had Oregon in his top 10 and said that Oregon beating Penn State he doesn't count that as like a bad, or he still counts it as a quality win, but for some reason he doesn't count LSU beating Florida and Clemson as not quality wins. And I just thought that doesn't make any sense. You can't prop one up but then shoot the other one down. That's Oregon that went into double overtime to beat Penn State. But nonetheless, I digress. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is going to be a trap game, man. I'm going to be real with you. I think the biggest difference between this Alabama team and last year's Alabama team is how they're handling success and adversity. Last year, the team got punched in the mouth. They didn't handle adversity very well. This year, they got punched in the mouth, and I think it was like a reality check, and it was a gut check, and it made them wake up and realize, hey, the logo doesn't make people fear you. You have to make people fear the logo. You have to go out and strike that Bama fear and put that back into the opponent's hearts. So as long as Alabama plays their game, and as long as they do their job and farm their land and do what they're supposed to do, I see Alabama winning this game, not comfortably. Like, I don't think the game's going to be comfortable all throughout, but I do think Alabama keeps the momentum. So I think Alabama gets this 31-17. I don't see this as a trap game. I think the team is very focused, very locked in. And if you don't believe me, Ty Simpson's quote was like the best quote I think I've ever heard from a quarterback, period. For those of y'all who didn't see it or hear it, Ty Simpson said, train like you've never won, or what was it? Train like you've never won, but play like you've never lost. I thought that was incredible. That was incredible, man. So I'm hyped. I'm ready for the game to go down. I wish everybody a great Friday. I'm going to send you a super chat, man. Take that daughter of yours who's been kicking butt. Take her out to Chick-fil-A, man.
Yeah. Oh, she'd love that. So as you know, Kaden works at Chick-fil-A, right? But Lacey loves Chick-fil-A. I mean, look, we like Chick-fil-A. I mean, who doesn't, right? So Lacey definitely, she'll definitely be up for it. That's what I'm going to do. When I wrap up the show here in a little while, I'm going to go get her, and then I'll take her to lunch and just check her out. It's Friday, right? It's Friday. My mom used to, way back in the day, my mom used to, she used to let me stay home sometimes, and I'd just be like, yo, I'll never forget this. I'll be like, you know what, Mom? And, I grew up, with my mom, and of course I saw my dad and stuff, but I tell my mom, be like, you know what, Mom? I really need a play day. A play day. Can you imagine? And my mom would be like, okay. So, I was like, I remember it. And I was like, yeah, I made it. So, I appreciate it, Marcus. Thank you so much, bro. And we'll catch you inside the comment box, bro.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for the call, Kyle. Roll Tide. All
right, roll Tide, man. Man, remember, man, it was the best to come back, from school. I remember you come back from school, you turn on Saved by the Bell, right? You remember Saved by the Bell? You turn it on, Zach, Slater, right? You watch that, and then I think it was Family Matters for me. And then it was crazy because sometimes, and that's why I always watch the Cubs. I'm not a Cubs fan, but I'd either watch the Cubs or the White Sox because it was WGN or TBS, and those were the games that were broadcast to me in New Mexico. So I watched all those games. So I grew up watching the Cubs play, right? And that was, I think it was Harry Carey who was calling those games. All right, 678. Hey, welcome to the program. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with, and where are you calling in from?
Hey, what's up, Cal? This is Steven from Powder Springs, Georgia.
Hey, Steven, what's up, bro? Welcome to the show, man. Come with it.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you taking my question on the super chat earlier also, man. I really appreciate that. But, hey, I don't have a whole lot of things to say, but I got a couple questions.
Okay.
And my score prediction is going to be kind of wild. Score prediction first. Bama over 30. South Carolina under 10.
Like it.
That's where I'm at with that. But my question is this: since Lenore Sellers and frankly the South Carolina offense as a whole, they are kind of underwhelming this year, but Lenore Sellers is very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Do you foresee them putting all the weight on Lenore Sellers, a lot like how it was with Jalen Milroe last year? And that allows our defense to focus more on containing him. And also, do you see Red Morgan getting in action this week on a pick? He's one of my favorite DBs, and I'm hoping he gets in on a pick this week.
Yeah, well, Steven calling out of Powder Springs, Georgia. I think, with Lenore Sellers, you kind of think about him, and I was really high on him going in the preseason. In fact, I think a lot of people still have respect for his overall game because this guy's an athlete, 100%, and I think he had offers to transfer other places. I think maybe in hindsight, as it's always clear, right, does a guy like that transfer and be put in a better position? Who knows? I think this Saturday, we know that he's going to come with it. The guy can throw on the run. Watch that Missouri game. If you're out there, I'm telling you, if you want to kind of get scared a little bit, watch South Carolina and Missouri. I'm telling you, South Carolina was
Definitely.
right in that game. There was a couple things that didn't go well. Otherwise, South Carolina beats Missouri. I promise you. So, and they have weapons. Nick Harbor? That guy's a monster. 6'5", 220 receiver.
sure.
I don't think someone said he's fast. I don't think he's that much of a burner, but whatever. I mean, he's a good player. And they have a really good running back as well. So, the focus is stopping somebody like that. And that's why I think it provides Alabama another opportunity to show that they can stop a running quarterback, right? Because that's kind of one of the things that we're all scared about is can we stop a running quarterback? Because you got Lenora Sellers, and then guess what? In 3 or 4 weeks, you got big bag Jackson Arnold. And an Auburn team that just wants to beat out. Now, Auburn, all they want to do is just beat Alabama. They're like, we don't care whatever happens. We just got to beat Alabama, and we can save our season, right, or whatever. The other thing about Red Morgan, man, thumbs up inside the comment box for Red Morgan. 16 came in, and this guy seemed like he was like eating like Chipotle, right? And you're just like just by itself, and you're like, this is pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you put on like some hot sauce and you're like, wow, this is a whole nother level. He brought energy. And Deshaun Jones has been a guy out there that has been, playing, and I think the coaches have confidence in him. But sometimes somebody comes in and kind of adds another gear to it. Red Morgan played fast, and that's kind of something that we've seen from like a Drake Kirkpatrick too. So sometimes some of those guys come out, and Drake Kirkpatrick, who was playing violent. So if he gets more opportunities, just like Kane Womack said, what you do on the field dictates your playing time. So maybe we do see a little bit red. And the thing I continue to talk about with Alabama football is the depth flex. There's not a lot of other teams in college football that have this amount of depth. You're telling me, like, you could take out Lozier Brooks and be fine? You're telling me you could take out Ryan Williams and be fine? You're like, what? You could take out Jan Miller and be fine. So, look, Gino Vandermark on any other team, you are freaking out. Quay Russaw goes down, that's your entire season. Nope, but guess what? We got Yanzi Pierre. You're like, what? Well, guess after this, you got Noah. It's crazy. Go ahead, man.
And I'm hoping that with what Yanzi did last week is just the beginning of more to come. Yeah. Because he made me feel last week almost like I used to feel when Will Anderson was out there, and I was just like, man, here we go. It's coming.
He's good,
so
man.
I'm hoping, I'm hoping that happens like that. But this week, I hope Daniel Hill also just gets back there. I hope they just turn him loose and just see what's going to happen with that. But I appreciate you, Carl.
No doubt, man.
Appreciate you, Cal, for letting me call in, man.
Yep.
And roll tide, baby.
All right, roll tide to you, man. All right, man, take it easy. That's Steven calling out Powder Springs, Georgia. Let's see. Kings Riz is like, definitely remember Saved by the Bell. College years. College years was wild, man. That was like, you're like, whoa, that's what it's going to be like in college? You're going to grow your hair out like Zach. He grew his hair out even more, right? And do you remember Step by Step? Of course I remember Step by Step. Step by step, day by day, fresh start over, a different hand to play. And they were like going on a roller coaster. The deeper we are, the stronger we stay. Remember, you guys remember these theme songs? Man, those theme songs, when they came on, you were just happy. That was like the best. But the best cartoon theme song was DuckTales. You remember DuckTales? Life is like a hurricane here in. All right, 470, let's do it. Hey, happy Friday. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
What's up, Kyle? It's Chance.
Chance, what's up, man?
Georgia. Yeah, I haven't. Georgia. Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a minute, man. It seems like this season, every time I try to call, you're just overloaded with calls, and I never quite get in. But I'm glad I got there this time.
Yeah, man, I'm happy you got in too, man. So come with it, bro. Welcome on in. Feel yourself. It's Friday, man. Come with it.
Oh, absolutely. So you bringing it back with the Saved by the Bell. I think Kelly Kapowski was my first crush ever.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Who was it?
That was my girl.
You know what? The only kind of, because we sound like we grew up around the same time. The other lady who we thought was kind of one of our first crushes growing up. There was a couple for the young boys, and I'm sure for the women out there, you guys had the same thing. There was Topanga, right? Boy Meets World. And then Winnie.
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
Oh, yeah.
who we really kind of first crush was Winnie from the Wonder Years. Remember? So,
oh yeah,
right?
for sure.
Those were kind of like our first kind of crushes, and it's amazing how time flies. And I'm sure the ladies out there love like Zach and Slater or other people, but that's just we're kids growing up on TV that we love. But anyways, Chance, what's up, man? What's your take on this game, and what are your thoughts, bro?
All right, so I just want to tip my hat off. First shout out to Kaylin DeBoer and a happy birthday.
Yeah.
I think last season he was just trying. It was a culture shock for him. He was just trying to get the feel of the place and the players and everything. But you see him this year, the gloves are off. Like you see it on the sideline. You see him coming out of the tunnel. You see him in coaches' faces when something goes wrong. I've seen him do it with Kane Womack. I've seen him get in players' faces. Like he has totally submerged himself into the program to make it his own. And just A+ effort on his part for what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy for that. I don't know, man. I've been watching a lot of film these past couple of days on South Carolina. I mean, they're a dangerous team, bro. They got a good running back. That running back is good. Lenore Sellers is Lenore Sellers, so you always got to expect something from him. But I think that it's ours to lose. I mean, this is in this day and age in 2025 college football, you're not going to go undefeated. It's a dogfight every week. So I don't care if we lose, if we don't look great, but as long as we win. And we're the type of team that we find ways to win, kind of like Georgia, where you just can't kill them. Like before we played Georgia and I saw them play Tennessee, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be just we're just not going to be able to get away with a W just because they're just so hard to kill, to get rid of. Like you just can't. But now we're that team. We've become that team since week one where, like we will find ways to win. It doesn't matter. We ain't got a run game. That's okay. We'll just do a little screen pass and have our linemen pave the way for us. So, yeah, I'm real happy with where we came at. Let me ask you this, though. Do you think Ty should come back for next year?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people.
I think he should come back. I think he should come back just to hone it a little bit better. I think it would do him well to come back another year.
Yeah, see, I'm totally against that. I think that because I have seen that out there. That's kind of something that people start talking about kind of at the midway point. You know what? Let's put a poll inside the comment box. Don't let what I'm about to say, like you guys vote. I'm going to put the poll just like this. Like Chance said, should Ty Simpson come back next season? Yes or no? That's it. To keep it simple. I'm going to say no. And my stance is this. I think his resume already has shined. I mean, this is a guy, and it's rare because he waited his time, right? This guy waited in line and for his opportunity, and he's making the most of his opportunity. But on top of that, I think you're starting to see NFL draft experts. Like I recently saw like Todd McShay say that he's the best quarterback in college football. One of the things that I think he's really impressed on is his arm strength. Over 25, it's there. We haven't seen too much deep ball from Ty Simpson. I think that's kind of part of the game plan, though. But in terms of not making mistakes, that guy is it. The 18 to 1 interception ratio is outstanding, and I think the way that he commands the offense, even in pre-snap, right, protecting himself, sending guys in different, reading formations, the guy is outstanding. That's why he takes all the way down to like 1 second before he snaps the ball. So I don't think so. I think what he's doing, long way. This is, again, rat poison. I mean, he throws 5 interceptions against South Carolina. We're like, you better come back. So, no, right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely do that. We saw that happen.
Well, he's got the Mac Jones comparison, and the reason why I make the Mac Jones comparison was that the only thing difference between Mac and Ty is that Ty's got more giddy up in his step, and he can get away. Mac didn't really have that, but Mac had the greatest pocket presence I've ever seen, where he could just kind of just maneuver in there so gracefully, like it was effortless, and just he could really do that real well. And Ty can do that too with that little bit of giddy up too to get away. I don't know. This is something I was thinking about.
Yeah.
I thought that, you know what I mean? But I think our quarterback room is going to be a little too loaded for him to come back for another year, which is, I would like to see another year. You always want to keep a guy when he comes out and does so great. You want to be able to keep him for another year. But if we don't, it's okay because I think we got studs. I got Keelan Russell taking the if Ty does declare for the NFL, I got Keelan Russell taking the helm next year, and I believe Mac will transfer. That's what I think.
Yeah. Well, good call, Chance. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Hope you have a good rest of your Friday, man, and good dialogue, bro.
Oh, my score prediction. I didn't get my score prediction. I say it's going to be a slugfest. I don't think it's going to look great.
Mm-hmm.
I think we will do great things, but I do think it's a slugfest, and I think that South Carolina being at home, I do believe that they can rustle up at least 2 touchdowns and possibly a field goal. So I'll go 28-17.
Okay.
And I think that it'll be a slugfest. But roll tide, everybody, and have a great day. Love y'all.
All right, love you too, man. See you, Chance. All right, that's Chance calling out from Georgia. We got a 706 and an 865. Hang on tight. I'll be right with you. Yeah, the whole Ty, should he come back or not? I've been seeing it pop up. The thing is, I mean, if he does come back, you probably lose not one quarterback, you probably lose 2, and it's probably Ty Simpson and Jet Thamala and the other quarterback that's committed, right? So that's kind of the quarterback room. Now, if he leaves, then you have 2 quarterbacks. I do think once he leaves, and he will leave, you have Austin and Keelan competing for that spot with probably Keelan Russell, with the edge. So I think that's how to work out. The only thing that I hope is that Ty Simpson, he might play himself to the Jets, right? And, man, and look, the better you play, the higher you're going to go off the board. And there's some teams in the NFL that need you but don't deserve you, because look at what happened to Bryce Young, okay? He's still battling it out there with Carolina. You imagine if our beloved Ty Simpson goes to the Jets, right? Like, oh my goodness. It's just like, did you see that clip on social media floating around? I'm telling you, I'll get to my caller in just a second. But this kid is walking around and they film him and they're like, any thoughts of the game? And he's just like, has his head down, he stops and he's like, I hate this team. I grew up, I was born to be a Jets fan, and I'll always be a Jets fan, but I hate this team. And then he walks off. And in the inside the comment box, people are like, hang in there, kid, it only gets worse. Yo, you don't want to be drafted by the Jets. I'm just saying. All right. 865, let's do it. Angel, what's up, man? Thanks for calling in for Pigeon Forge, bro. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, well, good win last week, but it's time to flush it down the toilet, and it's the South Carolina week. This is indeed a trap game, but at the same time, I feel like this will be the, key for the, for the next couple of games and for the bye week. But South Carolina, they got nothing to lose in this game. They know their season's already over. There's no playoffs involved. One of our sellers, is Noah Sellers because, he's a good player, a hell of a player. And he'll be trying to help Shane Beamer and save his job. And, because I know the fans of South Carolina want him gone and Mike Shula gone. But you got to stay locked in the mindset where, like, any given Saturday, it could happen again. But at the same time, I think they experienced it so much that they overcome that and they went on the road again against South Carolina. And I do believe in this team. This team has got talented. But it's going to be up to them in order to decide, that they're going to play in this game and show up in this game, because they might laugh and say, oh, it's South Carolina, it's the Shamecocks, it's, October, oh my goodness, because, they're terrible. And they've always been terrible, except for like 2010 when Garcia was there. But honestly, I do think Alabama wins this game. I'm not going to say by 2 touchdowns or anything, maybe like 7 points or because, like I said, it's like last year with Oklahoma, too, as well. This is their homecoming. Anything can happen. Like we saw last year with Jalen Milroe. And I love Jalen, but he just didn't fit the offense that Ty Simpson did, which I'm scratching my head because last year, why didn't Ty Simpson start? I mean, not to bash Jalen Milroe or anything, but I do believe he's a better quarterback. Ty Simpson's a better quarterback than Jalen, and I don't know why Coach DeBoer didn't play him last year. And I get it. You're trying to save the locker room, but at the same time, you got to, decide on your own and, put the best players on the field. That's the most important thing, regardless of loyalty, tribulations. I get it. I love Jalen, but I think last year he wasn't it. to be fair, because I love Jalen, but Ty Simpson was just a better quarterback in waiting, and we kind of wasted a year of Ty. I'm just saying that because that's what we could have done last year. We could have got better, but we just didn't do it, and we regressed. But I think South Carolina, they're going to fight in this game. They're not going to quit because they got nothing to lose but to play spoiler to Alabama or anyone else because, it's for their draft stock, because they got nothing to play for. This is their draft stock. This is their Super Bowl. This is, their bowl game. And don't say South Carolina lightly. I've seen fans online saying, oh, it's South Carolina. You should easily beat them. Like, yes, but at the same time, it's the SEC. Anything can happen. And I do believe Alabama wins this game by about maybe 38-24 or less, because that's just how that defense is pretty good. I've seen their defense do pretty well. They just lost low score game, they lost the game by less than 4 points a game. They all close games they all lost to, and this team's not going to quit, and they're going to come for Bama's head. That's what they're going to do. But I think Lenore Sellers, you have to stop him and the run. It's kind of like Diego Pavia, Bo Pabula. This is the same. This is the same thing with those guys. The only difference is Lenore Sellers is more of an athlete than Diego Pavia. Because I get it, Diego, he's a smart guy and everything, but he's like Johnny Manziel. But I think Lenore Sellers is a better quarterback overall with the speed and everything and the talent and athleticism. Because, like I said, this team's going to have to stop the run. That's priority. They can do passing and all that, defense, all that, but they got to show me more of the run, stopping it, and run the football, which I think this game they will run the football. But at the same time, they just got to stop the run and cancel the absolute noise in South Carolina. Because I've been to Columbia. That place is great. It's loud. They care about their football. And, those fans, they're going to be really pissed about this game. Rightfully so, because their team hasn't produced or the coaching that needed. But anyway, Kyle, I just want to talk about this game. Don't take this team lightly. Stay locked in. And I hope Lotzeir comes to play because he stands out to me. But I just hope we can win this game. Kyle, roll Tide, man. I can't wait to see y'all next week. No, next week's the bye week, right? I think so. And then LSU.
Yep.
Anyway, roll Tide. Y'all have a good one. Love y'all.
All right, take it easy, Angel. All right, love you too, bro. All right, Angel calling out from Pigeon Forge, 706. Let's dive into it. All right, thanks for calling in. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
Yo, Kyle, it's Trevor from LaGrange.
Trevor,
I don't know.
Hold on, Trevor.
This is going to be a hot. This is going to be a hot take because according to everybody else that's been calling in.
Trevor, this connection that you have is solid. What is this? Is this is this AT&T? Is this Verizon? Is this something? Is this Skype? What's going on?
Verizon.
Yeah, man, because this
Verizon,
is.
And I actually have my phone to my ear as well.
Ooh. Okay, all right, man. Let's do this. We got Trevor on calling from LaGrange, Georgia. Isn't King's Family React from?
Yeah. He's actually a longtime family friend. He's known me since I was knee high to a grasshopper, man.
Okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say you guys should get together. It's like, okay, yeah. All my Bama fans, if you're in the same city, you guys should be hanging out every once in a while.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I know Dennis well. Yeah, he's family.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, welcome on in, Trevor from LaGrange, Georgia. Come with it, bro.
So hot take according to everybody else, but Alabama's defense has averaged cutting everyone's points per game in half all year long. Whoever walked in, wherever they went, they've cut everything in half. So people saying 17 points for South Carolina, 24 points for South Carolina is crazy to me because they're only averaging 14 a game. So I got this 35-0, 38-0. To be honest with you, Carl, I don't see the defense digressing, and if they do anything less than what they've been doing all year, that's a digress to me. So, I mean, the only game we didn't do that was Florida State. But that's a mulligan in my opinion.
Yeah, that game
At
was
this point.
that was like playing on like Wacky Wednesday, right? Things were all weird. It was like upside down. There was a rain. It was just a lot was going on, and I think you're right.
First year quarterback,
There you
first year
go.
coordinator.
I like that mulligan. Yeah, you ever played in one of those charity golf tournaments where you have to go and you have to tee off and they put like a cup over your ball? You ever done that? So it's the stupidest thing, and I don't know why they do this. Has anybody who played in a charity golf tournament had to do this? That's exactly the same thing. It's like put a cup over your ball, and then you have to hit it. So look, I think that you're right. The defense. That's why I'm kind of with you. My score, what is it, 35-7 or whatever? I think the defense stands up again, and I think they take a step forward because this offense has kind of been stuck in the mud. I guess the question mark is this whole quarterback, Lenore Sellers, who we all appreciate. And remember last year, that South Carolina team last year was good. They were really good. I think they probably felt that they had
an O-line last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they probably felt that they should have maybe made the playoffs or whatever. So who knows? I mean, different team, but it is homecoming. It's a Super Bowl, right? Big bad Alabama's coming to town. Shane Beamer, he's kind of feisty, right? So we'll have to see.
I'm not buying any of that, Kyle.
Right.
I'm fully bought in on Alabama, and I
love it.
I don't see us digressing from this point forward. Plus the black hoodies going to Columbia. Come on.
Yeah, and like I said last night, I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show. I sat right next to the team. They were having like a team dinner. There's probably like 8 of the guys, and it was just like you got this vibe with these guys, not like an arrogance, confidence, but just like a comfortability factor within themselves, just guys being guys and a lot of fellowship and camaraderie. And it was great to see. Like, I didn't bother any of those guys at all, and I never would. I see guys out in town or whatever, I leave them alone because that's just, that's their space. But it's just like,
yes,
it was good to see. It was good to see kind of those guys and to have that moment with, and I'm sure they do it weekly or nightly or whatever it is. But I don't know. I kind of left. It was weird. It's the weirdest thing. I left dinner even like more confident in the team's ability just from seeing that fellowship. It was the weirdest thing. So I don't know. Anything else, Trevor?
That's it, man. Roll Tide. Yeah,
All right,
good one.
All right, man. Tell Dennis I said what's up. All right. That was Trevor calling from LaGrange. We got fans in LaGrange. That's what's up. We got 334 coming up next. Hey, thanks for calling. You're on the line with Kyle Henderson. Who am I on the line with and where are you calling in from?
This is Kenny Osborne, man. I'm calling in from Montgomery, Alabama.
I'm sorry, what was your first name?
Kenny Osborne.
Kenny, what's up, man? I appreciate you calling in, man. Welcome on in.
Yeah, man, I called to talk about the first thing. Let's get this understood. Ty Simpson is the Heisman, and it's not even close. Ty is the most consistent quarterback. He's the most efficient quarterback. And I agree with the earlier caller saying that we actually wasted a year. I'm not dissing Milroe, but Bama is the best when they have guys that distribute the ball. That's just point blank period. We got weapons, 5-star weapons, elite weapons. We are a distributing team. We're not guys that are trying to use the quarterback as the main weapon. We want the guys that we recruit as the main weapon. I have to give Kalen DeBoer his flowers because everybody turned against DeBoer after week 1. And I do put a lot on DeBoer, but I also put it on the players, man. Hey, you play for Alabama. You got to rub that A on your chest, man. You don't go out there and do that against Florida State, man. And we're obviously seeing that was a fluke game. Florida State is trash. It's just point blank period to it, guys. Now, what I want to say is South Carolina is a trap game. But I believe if we just run the offense through Ty, everybody's mad that we can't get a run game. So what I have came to realize this year, we don't have run blockers. These guys are pass blockers. They are not run blockers. So we just got to accept that we don't get any push from the first part of our line of scrimmage. You got D linemen hitting all our running backs in the backseat. I actually think we just use the offense that Ty with Jeremy Bernard. You use that as an extension of your running game and just go like that. I believe when we get in the shotgun formation and run the ball, we just waste the down because we lose yards with that way. Until somebody show me that they're smarter than Ty Simpson because everybody that he's played right now, he has outplayed every coach. He outplayed Kirby Smart, man. The man is outthinking Kirby Smart. I don't think people realize like how big Ty Simpson is, man. Like, you guys gonna miss. I'm not saying Keelan Russell or Austin Mack and all the guys we got I've been telling people for 3 years since Ty Simpson came out of high school that he was the quarterback of the future. Everybody, and what I want to tell you what I hate, everybody on ESPN has to be retarded and just lives by stats, because everybody keeps saying Ty Simpson started against USF, and it was not. It was Tyler Buckner. I don't know where everybody is getting Ty Simpson started. He came in the game not even knowing he's going to play, because Tyler Buckner was that bad. They didn't go back to Miro. You put Ty Simpson in, we still win the game, but people complain, oh, he didn't look. The man didn't probably take not one first-team rep that week when he played. He never got a chance to show he's the guy. He's showing you guys he's the guy now. And Kyle, man, I'm just proud of this Bama team, man, because they shut out the noise. They're starting to look like a Nick Saban team, but in DeBoer's way. It don't have to be perfect. Long as you win and long as you play hard, that's all that matters about this, Kyle. I just wanted to call in. I just wanted to give Kalen DeBoer and Ty Simpson his flowers, man, because I think Ty, this is a Joe Burrow type run. We still haven't played our best, man. Ryan Williams is just coming to his own. Rico Scott, who I was really high on, just like I seen from most of your videos, he hasn't came on like we thought he would, and it's more than likely going to happen this week because Lozier Brooks might be down. So I think people really sleeping on how talented Alabama. We got guys that can't get on the field, man. Calhoun is a top DB and can't even get on the field, guy. I don't think people realize how talented this Alabama roster is. And Kyle, I just wanted to call and give you your flowers because I watch your show every day, I watch everything about this. I love Alabama, man. I'm the biggest when it comes to this Alabama fan thing, man.
That's what's up, man.
I just wanted to call and give you guys a flower. Roll Tide, bro.
Hey, Kenny, before you go, dog, I just want to say, man, you got a really good aura about you. I could feel it from here, man. I could feel you're already in that Friday zone, man. So, I want to be around people like you because I only like to hang out with people that are uplifting, positive, and I don't really like negative people in my space. So I appreciate you calling in and kind of pouring some of your positivity and your energy into the show, man. So just man to man, I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, Kyle, man. You have a great day, man.
You too, brother.
Tuning in.
All right, man. Take it easy, Kenny. All right, man. Kenny with some good points. You know, he hits on a great point about the IQ of Ty, because think about this, and I kind of go back to that Georgia game again. And after that Georgia game, it was the Monday when Kirby Smart kind of had some time for the dust to settle and went over the tape, and he's like, okay, let's see, what did we do wrong in that game against Alabama? And on Monday, he was like, we didn't do much wrong. He was like, we executed at a high level. Ty executed at a higher level. And look, Georgia did a better job in the second half of that game. And I kind of hope that it's Alabama and Georgia again in the SEC title game, because that was must-watch TV. And I'm sure Kirby Smart, that's one thing about his team, is they make amazing second-half adjustments. I mean, you've seen it all season long, right? But you know, I think that says a lot. I would imagine that all of us here collectively probably have so much respect for Kirby Smart as a defensive coordinator. Am I right? Like, he's the guy defensively. Like, that's the guy. Lane is the guy offensively, right? Kirby's the guy defensively. And for him to have that much praise and admiration for Ty Simpson, I think says so much. In fact, do you see what Shane Beamer did this week? He texted or he called Ty's dad. And he was like, look, man to man, like, you know, your son's doing it. And he's impressed by some of the throws that he's made this season. I agree 100%. So, yeah, I appreciate the call in. Did that guy need some prayers in here? Did I see that? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Yo, I'm so sorry to hear about that, lad guy. Our thoughts and prayers are for you, bro. So thank you so much. We'll keep you in our prayers. Also, we have extended prayers real quick as we close the show for Toby out in Leeds, as his mother recently passed away. I have that written down. So thoughts and prayers out for Toby and for anybody else that is going through anything in life. I know people go through different things kind of through your seasons, you know, so just keep fighting and just, you know that you have a big family here praying for you as well. Toby's pick from Leeds is Alabama 41, South Carolina 14. So that is our score from Toby out in Leeds. Hey, fam, I appreciate you all calling in today. I think it was a great show. I appreciate all the super chats and all the continued support right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Remember, on Saturday, we will go live about 15 minutes prior to the game for our watch along, and then we'll have a new stream, which is our post game reaction. And I was thinking, I need to be taking calls after the game as well. So I'll do my post game reaction, and then I'll keep you guys on for the call in show so you guys can call in and we can interact after the game. So that's something to kind of keep your heads on a swivel for. And of course, short form videos that pop up as news happens, like if something goes down, regarding kind of an update regarding Lozier Brooks, that's probably something that I will be tracking the rest of the way. So you know where I'm at right now. I'll probably cut a little short, and then I got to go pick Lacey up and probably take her to Chick-fil-A, as we spend, kind of that Friday midday together. But other than that, I'm here. Bama Football on YouTube or on the Facebook channel. So I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching. And now it's time for that funny outro before I head downstairs, right? With that said, fam, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Stay where your feet are at, and thank you so much for kicking me right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Thanks again, fam, for watching. From Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Back as news happens live every day, 10 a.m. Central Time. I love you, fam. I appreciate y'all, and see you soon as news happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. That intro is hilarious, right?